Hello and welcome to Cal's Corner. I'm Cal, a gunner who likes talking about Arsenal and football in general. And today I just wanted to just talk about, you know, Zubimendi in, Partey out, the that kind of saga going on in the transfer window right now, and maybe a couple other transfer rumors and hearings that we've been finding so far. And first things first, I just want to talk about the good news, which is the Zubimendi deal is pretty much we know it's confirmed, but just hearing more and more information about it, getting more and more confirmation is really reassuring. Here we go, confirmed. Spanish DM Zubimendi is completing all formal steps of his move in London. He'll be the first summer signing for Arsenal. The fee should be 64 million to 65 million pounds. The strike is supposed to be our first buy. We're happy that we're on track. Well, I guess this is his opinion after that. But essentially, he was also found that he was in London and he was at the Emirates. People found him that they tracked him and he was at the Emirates, and they suspect that he's probably doing like photo shoots and other stuff like that. So I think it's pretty much all clear. And let's be honest here, Zubimendi is a fantastic signing, no matter what anyone says. I think my thing with the Zubimendi deal is the reason why Arsenal fans haven't been, extremely hyped about him is basically just the timing of it, because he is one of the most sought after uh, DMs in Europe. He was there and he played in the final for Spain for them to win the Euros, and he's just every time you see him, he looks great, and I think he's exactly what we need in the midfield. I think we just need someone to distribute that ball, someone a little bit more technical in that DM position, so maybe we can free up Odegaard so Odegaard doesn't have to drop back as much, and we can really um release our other midfielders, because Partey does have a tendency to actually distribute more to the right hand side. I don't think Zubimendi suffers from that particular uh particular tendency. But yeah, he's definitely going to be a really good great addition to the team. Everyone wanted him. Liverpool wanted him. Real Madrid wanted him. Everyone really wanted him, and we got him because we got the business done early and we got it done right. Uh, the timing of it just kind of ruined everything, because when we first got announced was after not signing anyone in January, and that really just it was really sour because we wanted to get a striker, and this it felt like a PR move saying that, hey, we're getting Zubimendi, and we didn't really believe it. And now we're in another striker saga. We like the Eucharescu thing that's been happening that everyone knows about, and we're getting Zubimendi confirmed, and we're not getting that striker or left winger, and everyone's just really sour. But I think we just need to take a step back and understand that, hey, irrespective of whether we get a striker or not, which I do think we're going to get the striker, or whether or not we get the striker that you want, Zubimendi is objectively a good signing, and we should be happy that we're getting him. Let's not be, ridiculous about it. But unfortunately, we've gotten we've gotten a Partey situation. So the thing with Partey is that they've offered him a contract extension about 2 weeks ago, and he has not signed. And from what I can tell, they're just extending his current contract. They're not giving him a raise, and I think he's expecting a raise. He's on 200K a week, and the club doesn't want to play ball. So if I get this up here, Thomas Partey is keen to extend his contract at Arsenal. There has been little progress in negotiations, with now a delicate point. It remains to be seen if the midfielder will stay at the club next season. I think it's just will he or won't he? A lot of people are extremely upset about this situation. I think Partey is a good addition to the team, you know, and if we're getting Zubimendi, we should be keeping, if we can, someone like Partey. So he kind of becomes the new Jorginho, whereas Zubimendi, you're the guy, Partey, your backup type situation. He is 32, and he is injury prone. I think last season was like the only season in a very, very, very long time that we actually got a full season from him. Now, I'm not one of those guys that are having a full meltdown on the Partey situation because for me personally, I am club over anything. You know, I don't get too attached to players, and if Partey leaves and he doesn't want to extend his contract with the current wages, then we just have to get a proper replacement for him. A lot of people are very up. A lot of people disagree with me. A lot of people don't think that, but that's just how I feel. I think our wage problem at the club is pretty much untenable. Uh, the type of people that we have on ridiculous wages, we have Reese Nelson on 100K, Zinchenko and over. I think he's on 150K. You know, like Kai Havertz is on 290. Well, I think 280. Uh, Jesus he's on like 250 or more. Like like this the wage situation of the club needs to change, and a lot of feelings are going to get hurt. And personally, we can't be negotiating Zubimendi and getting him a proper salary that's within reason, and extending party for like 250K a week. We just can't do that. It just creates a situation where everyone that comes into the club is demanding 250K a week if they're starting for Arsenal Football Club, which just doesn't work. Florian Wirtz is probably one of the most sought after talented tens in the world. Liverpool got him, and he's on 200K a week. That's the fee that was quoted for him. So, personally speaking, if Florian Wirtz is on 200K a week, why do you want 250K? It's just, we just need to do better business with our wages. Man City and Liverpool, they just don't give out these insane wages, and we just need to start doing the same. I'm willing to I support the club in not giving Partey over 250K a week or whatever he's demanding at 32 years old, and after this is like the first full season we've gotten from him in a very long time. Unpopular opinion, but it's my opinion. I'm not gonna say things that I don't really feel here, and yeah. If you disagree with me, please let me know. If you like the video, please like. If you dislike it, dislike. And if you want to see more, please subscribe. Anyway, uh, so who do I think? Well, it's not even doesn't even matter who I think. What do I who is the club lining up if Partey leaves? Arsenal are intensifying their pursuit of Sevilla defensive midfielder Lucien Aguime. This summer, the Gunners see Martin Zubimendi as Thomas Partey's replacement, but Michael Arteta still wants another midfielder to come in for Jorginho ahead of next season. Standing in at 6'2", Aguime's physical and ball-winning ability to draw comparisons to young N'Golo Kante. All right. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that I know who this guy is because I don't. I've watched like analysis videos. I think we all do that. See what this guy's actually about. And apparently, he's this, really good dual winner, physical specimen type player, and it is what it is, And it doesn't for me because I don't know who it is. I'm not excited by this. I'm not excited by uh, what's his name again? Aguimi, Aguimi. Like I'm just not. But I hope he is. I hope he's a little bit like Kante. Let's just say that. Uh, it will be probably a direct downgrade. To be honest with you, I think we should be keeping Partey and getting this guy if we're gonna in all truth or not if to be truthful, because I personally uh I wouldn't count on Partey being fully fit for the entire season next season. I think this last season was a one off because more seasons than not. Like he's just injured for large portions of a lot of seasons. And some people might say, it's insane getting another DM when we haven't signed any forwards yet. I don't think they're mutually exclusive. I don't think us signing a DM means another DM means that we don't get the forward signings. That's completely ridiculous. I don't think the club is going to be working like that. I think we will be getting a striker and we will be getting a left wing. It's the my problem with that situation is the picks. It's who we get. The dream is Gyökeres and Rodrigo. I hope it's Gyökeres. I think Gyökeres is it's pretty likely because of just the rumors and stuff. And Rodrigo is a shot in the dark. I just hope he wants to actually be the number one somewhere and he comes over to Arsenal. But that's another discussion. Yeah, I don't think signing a DM destroys our chances of getting a forward and a left wing. I think that's ridiculous. I think when before the season started, we all were saying that we needed a lot of players, we need to fill a lot of holes, and we need to get in people through the door. I think the club is just kind of doing just that, and we're getting in a few players. I'm expecting maybe five. And another thing I probably want to talk about is this has been heating up a lot, and this is Yoral Hato. You know, Arsenal have held fresh talks with Yoral Hato's representatives. Arsenal want to speed up the process to beat Chelsea to the signing. I think this Yoral Hato thing is probably going to happen. I'm pretty sure I've read reports that he favors us over Chelsea. He's a fan of the project, and we're probably going to get a defender in. Um, I think there's probably a high chance that he comes in and Kivior leaves, or we just get him anyway. And that might be disappointing to people. They might say, "Ooh, why are we getting another defender?" Yes, I understand, but as I said before, I do not think it's mutually exclusive. I do not think us getting a defender stops us from getting the forward pieces that we want. Like the forward situation that we have is clearly a problem, and we are going to address it this summer. What this could be for me, which is a bit scary, but it's the club kind of covering themselves. This could be potentially uh Saliba insurance policy. Saliba is probably the most likely to leave, I think, out of all the players that we have. That Madrid's just keeps, poking at him. And I think if we don't win a major next year, I think Saliba probably just leaves. I think I don't know. That's just how I feel. I feel like I feel like even if we get him on an extension this summer, I feel like he's on his way out if we don't start winning some big things because I feel like he's tempted by that Madrid move and he wants to win big. He wants to win Champions Leagues and league titles, and we're just not doing that right now. And that's why next season is such a big season for us. And I think Yoral Hato could be in the club's mind a potential successor to Saliba, maybe. You know, I haven't seen him play. I know he's a sought after defender. A lot of clubs were kind of in for him, and if the Saliba with if within the club Saliba re-signing is not, it doesn't feel like he's not going to be here for like 5 years or what like our other players, then I think we should be getting someone in here. I would rather us get in Hato, and if Saliba leaves, we have someone that knows the team, knows the squad, who could slot right in. Unfortunately, we know Kivior isn't good enough to start for Arsenal. I'm hoping. I think the club might think that Hato might be. And I'm just being realistic, guys. In that ideal world, we win everything and we just keep all our players, but that's just not how the real world works. You know, like players are going to leave, and the club needs to be proactive so we're not left empty-handed and scrambling when people don't resign their contracts, because we're not favorites to win the league next year, and we're not favorites to win the Champions League next year. And players are getting antsy, and some might leave, and we just need to be covering ourselves. So, um, I'm not upset with the Ural Hato stuff. As I said, I don't think it's mutually exclusive. I don't think if we sign another DM and uh another defender, we're not getting our forward targets. If that happens, that's just pure negligence and incompetence of the club, and we weren't really on track to be winning anything anyway. You know what I'm saying? So that's just a little, you know, my thoughts on the whole Partey situation and the Zubimendi coming in and the Ural Hato stuff. Anyway, that's enough waffling from me. If you like the video, please give it a like. If you want to see more, please subscribe, and I will see you next time.